Hey guys, okay. I know I haven't put out a video in a while. Sometimes I'll have like moments where I'm just completely like without any thoughts of this stuff because it can kind of bring you down a bit. I remember one channel I used to watch, he would take a break once in a while because he said it's too dark sometimes, so he needs to like regroup. And so with that said, there was recently, I guess, not a panic attack. I wouldn't say a panic attack, but more of a, just like a moment, I guess I was having, that I had a moment and then I also had a realization. So the moment was when I surround myself, not on purpose, but just around people who have good relationships with their family members, like siblings and parents. Sometimes it's hard for me because I don't have the same, so it kind of makes me feel slighted or, feel bad about my own self. And I'm always wondering, like, why don't I have that? Or I don't know what that's like. And I'm not going to say I'm jealous of them because I'm not. I just don't really want to hear about it either because it just puts me in a sad mode, I guess. And then what I do, which is not a good idea, is I try to fill that void by having like quote unquote replacement family, which you should never do. You can't rely on other people for your happiness. So, and the problem about that is, yeah, you may find like, a mother figure, a sister figure, brother figure, whatever, void you need filled. But that person may disappoint you, and then all of a sudden you're back down on your roller coaster again. So one day I was at work, and I don't know why, because I get weird, oddball thoughts in my head for no reason at all. And I come to realize, as I was thinking about my friend who was on vacation with her family, and sometimes they all wear the same shirt together and they're really close, and I know I don't have that and I never will. I come to realize I just need to rely on myself to fill my own void, because it's going to be a constant roller coaster for me, and I'm never going to be happy if I keep relying on other people. And I had recently was hanging out with some other friends of mine. There's a particular person, I'm like, wow, this person seems like a sibling figure to me. They feel like a sibling figure, like filling my void of my lack of relationships with my siblings. And I stopped myself right away going, I can't be putting that on somebody, even though I wouldn't say anything to them. It's quite a burden for someone to take on as well. So it doesn't seem very fair for yourself or the other person. So I immediately stopped thinking that way and just said, there's plenty of people without any brothers and sisters or the only child, so how do they feel, But, or orphans, without parents on top of that. So I know that, there's situations all over that are the same as mine or different, but the same, all the same. But just filling my own void, relying on myself. I know me, and I know I'll always be there for me. So that seemed to be like the best choice. And I know, like, if you think about the family tree, I'm like, I kept thinking about that. I'm like, maybe the family tree begins with me. Because sometimes, you look at a family tree, where does it stop? When you have, like, say you have a kid and they're doing that at school or something, and the tree keeps branching off to, grandmas and grandmas' moms and moms of whatever. Well, eventually you run out of, someone had to start the family tree at one point. So I'm thinking, well, why don't I be the one that's the start of the family tree? Why do I have to rely on someone else to fill my void? Why can't I be that person to fill other people's void? And that's the other thing I was thinking about, as I tend to work with a lot of people that are younger than me. And I notice I communicate rather well with them. And when I never really hung out with younger people, it's always my age or older. And I'm thinking, not that these people are looking at me as a mother figure or a, elder figure, because I really don't have that mentality of respecting your elders. I think we're all on the same playing field, but a role model, I guess. But it is nice to be able to communicate with younger folks who, kind of sometimes look up to me for ideas or advice or something. So, and I don't know why my esteem's so low that I don't think I'm worthy of giving such advice when I've lived a life already, that I'm old enough to be able to tell them a thing or two. So I think that's where I have to start working on, is building my self-esteem up and filling my own void. That way I can be more confident in not expecting other people to be reliant on, and hanging my happiness on that. So if you're going through the exact same thing, I would suggest to do the same, and maybe I'll give you an update on, because I'm just starting to do this now, so I'll give you an update on how that's working out. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.